Hello everyone, this is your guy, Humble Warrior Eli, / the Prophet. So a little bit about my backstory, my journey as an entrepreneur. So I became an entrepreneur in 2018. And really that all started from 2017 is when I was racially profiled. And me being racially profiled in Montgomery County in Atkinson, PA, that was a life changer for me. That actually opened up so many doors for me as well, because I realized that I had a purpose in life. I realized that it was more to just I wanted to do, and I always saw myself as a owner, And I didn't at first I didn't knew exactly what I wanted to do, but I remember I did an interview with WHYY, and I told them, in the future I do want to be an entrepreneur, and the name I gave them was Humble Warrior, only because of my belief and the things that I saw as I was going through my life. That helped me a lot as a man, and it also showed me a different path. And so Humble Warrior, worthy name came about in 2017, and so I decided to run with that name and go ahead and have my own business with that name. And so I was getting t-shirts made from a small company that was doing it out in Clifton Heights, PA. And, I saw how they was making shirts. I love how they was making the quality of it. But I also saw that it can be better. And I remember coming across this guy I worked with in the hospital at the time. He also was making a lot of money. He worked part-time in the hospital, and he worked full-time with his business. And the thing that he would tell me about this t-shirt business was like amazing to me. It made me think more. It made me be more clear. And so it gave me some great ideas and great point of views on it. And I did a lot of research on YouTube, of course, watching other people and how they bring revenue into their business and how they're was able to get so many things started and going. And so that just made me realize that there's so much more that you can be doing as an entrepreneur. And so for me, I started my actual revenue in 2022. And that's when things really began to just take off. Real big shout out to my mentor, Robert Elrich. He set me on this path because he has a nonprofit, and they needed over 300 products made, 100 t-shirts, 100 long sleeve, 100 sweatshirts. And so I told them, I can get this done in a great manner of time. Shouldn't take me long at all. So I put a huge order in. I gave them examples of different sizes. And so they just loved the fact that it was high quality. They said that this was the best quality that they've seen by far. And so that made me dig more deep into it. And of course, I worked with them with the budget. I helped them out with everything else. The time was perfect. They needed just in time, for their school to start and everything for the nonprofit. And so that was my first revenue and my first experience. And so after that, I just ran with that. I pushed myself, and I told myself, it's not just about a clothing line, but it's also about purpose-driven identity, knowing more about you and what you can do for other people. And so I decided to help other businesses. So now what I do is I partner with other school districts, schools, basketball teams, football teams, and I want to help the community more and more, and also branch out later on to different states, and just really keep pushing and keep that drive going, keep that also that momentum just strong, and also hire more people as time goes on, because I know after a while it gets overwhelming. So for me, I always been more of a problem solver, and so I also seen that a lot of people with other t-shirt business had low quality, or their prices was too high, or they just lack of inspiration. And so what I do is when people come to me and they ask me if I can do this in a matter of time, and they send me their designs, and so what I do is I make sure it's properly clean, I make sure it comes out beautiful as they want it, but I also give them options. And that's part of the reason why, I stayed with the things I do. And I also work with people when it comes to budgeting, and just knowing more and more about themselves. And so I push myself daily to become the best entrepreneur that I can be. And so far, it has been a great thing to me. I've been having like my t-shirts, sweatsuits, different jackets here and there that I would make and post. And, I just love the fact that, the quality of everything comes out amazing. And so it just makes me dig more deep into the business side of it. And really, it's always about, teamwork, partnering with other people that share your same purpose, your same driven, and really just making sure that you're doing all the right things. And so I started a podcast 3 years ago as well. And that helped also with my t-shirt business, meeting other people from different states and different countries. And, they're seeing my clothes, my clothing line, and they were so amazed by it that it also branched me out to help them out as well, and also bringing more revenue. And so for me, it's really just about, knowing your strategy, knowing your marketing, and knowing what you bring to the table. I know for me, I have a thing of budgeting. If someone needs like 50 shirts, 100 shirts, the most I ever did was actually 500 shirts. And I have to say that was the most experienced thing I've ever done in my business. And so it just helps me more and more. And also posting on social media, just putting it out there, and giving it that drive, giving it that look. Just really about putting your name out there is what I always look at the most. And so I post many videos every day, if not every day, at least 3 times in that 1 week, because I feel like you have to be consistent on something. You have to keep the drive going, because the moment that drive stops, it's like everything just goes downhill, or things just slows down on you, and you feel like you're not really making the progress you need to make, and that's what affects it. And so my t-shirt business helps me a lot, and also my speaking engagements. I've done speaking engagements, after being racially profiled by the police in Montgomery County, and that just made me see more and more about the things I could do that's more in this world, and just really about giving that inspiration, that purpose, that identity, and just knowing exactly which direction you want to go. And so that's part of the reason why Humble Warrior Worthy will always be the brand that people will look to. And so just to wrap it up in this video, I'm very thankful for so many things that I have done over the years. I have came a tremendous way. I also believed in core values. I believe in my image, my vision. I believe in purpose. I also believe in knowing who you are. And that's part of the reason why I continue to go on. Before I leave, I want to share this one quote with you. This one quote that stuck with me since I was 19 years old. It says here, "The man that views the word at 40, same way he views the word at 20, has wasted 20 years of his life." And so that quote will forever stick with me, because, you have to look at it, when you're just not pushing yourself, when you're not doing all the things that you're supposed to be doing, it affects who you are. It affects the thing that you're supposed to be doing as a person. And so that's part of the reason why each and every day I wake up, I'm always making sure that I'm pushing myself to the highest. I'm reaching that goal each and every day. I have to know exactly what I need to do, and have to do, and also want to do. And so that's part of the reason why I will always forever be the man of the day. So thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Thank you.